Hi everybody, good evening. It's Brian here, Class A Plus English. We're going to continue with the life and suffering of Sir Brante. We were playing it last night, yeah, and normally I stream on Fridays, but I'm too busy with work. I'm an English teacher living in Spain, and Class A Plus English is a very, very small channel. And what I do is I play story-driven games, yeah, and it's like for English learners, um, building vocabulary, explaining vocabulary, explaining phrasal verbs, prepositions, all that kind of stuff, yeah. But you don't need to be an English learner to watch and hopefully, fingers crossed, enjoy the games we are playing. I'm really quite enjoying this game. It's a fantasy world, medieval times. I'm a kid. I'm 11 years old now. It's a lot of reading for me, which is why I'm not playing it tomorrow because I'm working until 9 o'clock and I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. We're going to jump straight into the game anyway, so let's get the party started. If you haven't subscribed, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Go and check out the other videos, the streams. I'm still learning how to use OBS and stuff, which, for example, yesterday I realized looking back on the stream that I had the game screen too big. I have solved that problem this evening, okay? So you can see the full screen. Apologies, I'm learning as I go, you know? Anyway, let's get started. Settings, I need to turn up the sounds and music. Which is quite nice. Hang on a second. Where are we? Game. Here we are. So you can see there's the volume, but I'm kind of keeping the volume down. Yeah, it's a bit too noisy in my head. We'll turn up the volume, and we're going to jump into it. We hit Adolescence last night. Here we go. A dropped handkerchief. We're in Adolescence. I'm 11 years old, I think. You can see there's the 5 stages, and I think from what I've never played this game before. This is my first time. I'm going into it blind. I have no idea what's going to happen, but, you know, looking at the name, the life and suffering of Sir Brante, I reckon it might be a bit dark. Let's find out, okay? But I've read some stuff about the game, and I think things are going to start picking up a bit, yeah? Okay, I need to turn the volume maybe down a little bit. So what happened yesterday? I made a friend. Tomás. I tell you what, just go back because it'll take me ages. I'm a kid. I've got a sister. I've got 2 brothers. I'm a commoner. So there's 3 kind of classes or lots, as they call them. There's the nobility, the rich, the powerful. There are the priests, the religious people, and there are the common people, which is what I am. And so really we're heading into maybe making decisions about which direction I'm going to go into. Like I said last night, I'm not really interested in becoming a priest, to be honest. Not They say this game is very replayable. You know, you can play it over and over again. So maybe another time we'll try it with a different one. But I'm at a fork. I'm at a fork in the road here. Do I try to become a noble, or do I become a revolutionary commoner or something? A dropped handkerchief. Oh yeah, and of course, there was a bit of romance last night. Yeah, I kind of fell in love with a girl. I've forgotten her name. We'll call her Mary, but she died. So that's a thing in this game as well. You have 3 deaths. I think you can die 3 times before your final death. I'll be here all night if I'm trying to summarize. So go back, watch the previous streams, and of course, like them and please. This is a very, very small channel. I'm trying to build it up, and by subscribing, you really help. Okay? Thanks. Let's get the party started. Dropped handkerchief. Hot, dry wind sweeps through the city from the barren lands around it. The noble residents of Anizote prefer to remain in their chambers while the commoners huddle in tents or in the shade of the silver tree. That's right, there was some sort of explosion in the mines yesterday. A lot of people died. You are on an errand, a job right now. Your father wrote a letter to a noble acquaintance, a colleague, a friend, and you are to deliver it. Ooh, a mission. Tomás, the boy down the street, my new friend, is tagging along. He's coming with me. The two of you are inseparable now. I have a new best friend, everybody. Fantastic. The job, the errand, is an easy one, so you decide to take this opportunity to loiter around the part of Anizot where the nobles live. To loiter is to, like, wait. So here you are in the middle of the city square, resting on the ancient brickwork by the old fountain in the merciful shade of the gargantuan silver tree. Gargantuan, enormous, huge. Anybody doing your IELTS, your Cambridge exams, try not to use big. It's a big city. No, it's an enormous city. It's huge. Tomás is by your side, lazily slouching on the edge of the fountain's basin. To slouch, like my students in my class, they're slouching, yeah. Sit up straight. Alright, let's find out what Tomás said. It's a hard life for commoners like you and me. Oh, I was doing an accent. It's a hard life for commoners like you and me. Either you break your back in a workshop day and night, hoping someone will buy your goods someday, or you may become a manservant to some noble. You never get a chance to enjoy life. Tell me about it, Tomás. Tell me about it. Break your back, meaning you're working hard all the time, around the clock, yeah, all day, or you became a manservant to some noble person. You never get a chance. No free time, eh? No holidays here in Anziot, or whatever it's called. This is our lot. This is our class, you remind him. We work and endure and suffer. But Tomás waves your words away. He's not listening to me, everyone. I can see a carriage. You can see some big houses. I hope it's better now. Yeah, you can see the full screen, eh? Sorry about that last night. Yeah, I know all that already. Mother keeps drilling that stuff into me. We must be humble. Our strength is patience and persistence. So yeah, I say, but I want to make my fortune no matter what. So how ain't that living by my lot, I ask you? Alright, he has ambitions, yeah, our boy Tomás. But the lots, they ain't easy. Let's take you, for example, Brante. Your father's a nobleman, but even that didn't make you one. Just look at your hands. You never had to work as hard as me, but we have the same lot, so we're supposed to suffer the same. So my father is a nobleman. His wife died. He married a commoner, my mother, and so because my mother is a commoner, so am I. Yeah. Whereas my half brother, he had a son with his previous wife. My brother Stefan is a noble kid, a noble man, because both his parents are nobles. Or look at your father, he's a judge. He toils, he works at the prefecture day and night doing his judging, and he's a noble? I've never seen an Arcanian work as hard as he does. Yeah, I kind of like my dad here in this game. He seems alright. You shrug. The Arcanians are a different race. The books say they were born to rule over humans. Hey, salute, Iona. How's it going? Have you cleaned your house, yeah? How's it going with the house? Let me read to you as you scrub and sweep and dust. And you can come and help me at my house afterwards, yeah? My house needs to be cleaned. Where are we? So, these Arcanians are a different race. The book Since they were born to rule over humans, they are never commoners, always nobles of the sword by birth. They founded the empire after subduing all the human kingdoms on the continent. So I guess they defeated them, probably by war. But they're not humans, eh? What's that all about? Humans will never be their equals. Arachnians. God, I wish these words are really difficult to pronounce for me, yeah? Arachnians are always better, smarter, stronger, and their skin is a noble shade of blue. Oh my god. The blue people. If the books are to be believed, of course, you've never seen one yourself. No, I've never seen an Arachnian. But maybe, everyone, maybe tonight's the night. Your idle chatter is suddenly interrupted by a rugged-looking guardsman dressed in black and green. He chases you away from the fountain. Common rabble! Like you have no place here. Okay, rugged-looking, handsome, rugged, kind of like myself, you know? So he's a soldier or something. He chases us away. Common rabble, common people should not be here. You hear the clattering of hooves and wheels against the cobblestones and see flags bearing a coat of arms, a sable serpent on a field of vert. It makes you squirm. PTSD, everybody. Yeah, so I said last night, hooves are the feet of horses, right? Horses' hooves. So it's a carriage against the cobblestones, the road, and see flags bearing a coat of arms. We saw this last night, a sable serpent on a field of vert. These were the people who killed my love, and it makes me squirm. It's the Archduke's coat of arms, his symbol, his emblem, his logo. The Milandius dynasty. The carriage door opens, revealing a young lady in a luxurious dress. Ooh. You cannot look away from her. Those dainty shoulders suggested, but not revealed by the cut of her dress, her black hair cascading over them, her stately, slim silhouette, her pouty lips and prim nose, and those eyes dark like the night sky, the way she moves, fluidly, gracefully, and most incredible of all, her skin glows an azure blue. She is a masterpiece given life. She is an Arachnian. There she is. And she looks very well as well. In a kind of medieval way, you know? Octavia Milandius. Clear the way for me, she says. I'm sure she's really nice once you get to know her. The Melanidas guardsmen work quickly to clear the way to the fountain for the Arachnian lady. The searing sun, the really hot sun, dances on her skin in bizarre patterns. So, have you ever seen a blue person? Who was I heard a story about a kind of avant-garde artist in New York who kind of dyed his skin blue. What was that about? I can't remember. Anyway, it's like 1920s New York, but there was this kind of avant-garde artist, and yeah, he kind of dyed his skin blue, yeah? With one elegant motion, she reveals a handkerchief, then leans over the basin and wipes her head and neck with its cool water. Very refreshing. Well, that's Octavia Milanidas, our Archduke's own daughter. The Arachnian turns away and proceeds gracefully back to her carriage. Horse and carriage, right? You see something slip out of her hand and fall onto the cobblestone right next to you. So something falls onto the street. It's her handkerchief. It's right there by your feet. Intricate craftsmanship, expensive woven fabric, delicately decorated with emerald filigree. I have no idea what filigree is, everybody. Your heart, ba-bum, 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 skips a beat, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Will you dare draw the beautiful Arachnian's attention in order to return her lost possession? Or would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm between you and her? A chasm is like like in the mountains, yeah, and you can fall down a chasm. So what they mean there is this gap in class, yeah. She's a noble, she's an Archnean, and I am a humble common boy. Now, what can I do? So we were saying yesterday, I need to build willpower up. I've got a lot of points for perception, which seemingly I was reading is good. Yeah, try to be perceptive. Let's find out. I can give the handkerchief back to her. Destiny, matters of the heart. I'm going to fall in love. Personality, willpower goes down 5. Jesus, I'm only at 5. And she will remember me. Ooh. I can stash the trophy. I can steal it. Or hide it. Or I can keep the handkerchief as a memento. Okay, let's look. So you walk up to the Archnean lady to give her back the handkerchief she had dropped. So I'm in love, but I lose willpower. But she remembers me. She notices me. I can hide the trophy, planning to sell it later. I get 5 willpower points. And Tomás is better friends with me. Yeah, it goes up. Or I can keep it as a memento. I'm going to go for willpower. Okay, why? Because I'm head over heels in love with her beauty. And one day, I might be 11 years old now, but one day I will return this to Milady. Okay, I'm going to keep it, yeah, and I'm going to get more willpower points, because seemingly this is something you need in the game. And I'm probably going to get killed. You carefully observe Lady Octavia as she leaves. Her delicate figure moves through the square like a waking dream, her elegant hands gliding through the air, her hair flowing in the light breeze. Your eyes watch all of her. Sounds like I'm in love, everyone. But then I was in love yesterday as well. I think he's just a horny 11-year-old, right? She returns to the carriage, leaning on a guardsman's shoulder as she gracefully climbs back inside. She's so dreamy. The soft handkerchief feels warm in your hand. You fold it carefully and hide it in your pocket. The carriage drives away, marked by the thudding rhythms of hooves. I need some coconuts, don't I? Yeah, I'll get some coconuts for the next stream, okay? So I can do some more sound effects for the horses. Until that day, you associated the Milan dynasty with nothing but indifferent cruelty. But now your breast pocket holds the proof of yet another quality they possess. Beauty! I'm in love, everyone. I'm in love. Good, though. 10 points. I'm up to 15, full of power. Your remaining inner strength and readiness for action, you spend it on difficult choices. All right, I'm full of power, so I can go up to prepared for anything. Seemingly I need these points, yeah? It's 11:30. I'm an adolescent. Year 1130, spring, the quorum decree. Sounds like a test or something. 12 years old now, you overhear an important conversation. It is spring night, and mother has just sent everyone to bed. You walk past father's study and hear voices coming from beyond the door. Grandfather is yelling, and father is replying quietly. Grandfather comes across, yeah? He comes across. My perception of grandfather is he is a dick, basically. He's always angry. He's always shouting. He's never happy. Just a grumpy old man. The elder Brante men are fighting, arguing about the place of the commoners in the city. You sneak outside to avoid mother's attention and hide next to an open window of the study. Perhaps they'll mention you too. Gregor is my granddad, yeah? That low-life idiot had the gall to pay me a visit and beg me for some service. He had the insolence to ask me outright. He thought I was going to support his claim for the chairman's seat in the lesser quorum. How dare he? To have the gall is like, to be... I don't know, how would you explain that? The gall, kind of the cheekiness, to do something you shouldn't ask. And he begged me to help him. How dare he, indeed, commoners. Who's he talking about? No idea. Right, this is my dad. Father, please listen. Mayor Egmont may be low-born, but he carries a lot of clout in Magra. Influence, yeah, clout. He owns 5 iron mines. A friend like him could be quite useful. He should he become the chairman of the lesser quorum. Okay, so Robert thinks it's a good connection, and my grandfather, of course, thinks he's a low-life scumbag. I don't give a damn who this Egmont is, Robert. What he is, however, is low-born. His lot, his humility, his obedience. The likes of him can never rule anything. There's nothing but a flock of sheep that need a firm, noble hand to guide them. Okay, so really, Gregor doesn't have much of an opinion about this mayor. I wasted so many years trying to quash the quorum decree, but that accursed Cornelius Tempest did everything in his power to make the emperor sign that pathetic screed. And now even lowlifes can wield power. True power, Robert. Disgraceful, Gregor. Just the right to discuss the size of the Archduke's tax, nothing more. That is only the beginning. What's next? Are they going to arm the lowlifes now? Make them into judges? If the Empire rejects the foundations and the lots, the entire edifice will crumble. It will be a disaster if you give any power to the lowlife scumbags that are commoners. Bah! Who am I telling this to? It's already crumbling, and you, my son and heir, are a harbinger of its destruction. It's all your fault, son. So it's the end of civilization as we know it. Father, I'm begging you. I do not wish to marry a 3rd time. Lydia is a good wife and a dutiful mother to my children. If you would only allow her to. Okay, so he's trying to marry me off again. He's trying to marry me up, right? So he's not happy my wife, well, Robert's wife, my father's wife, is a common person. So we tried this already, and it didn't go very well. So again, it looks like he's trying to marry him into nobility. I will allow them nothing, neither Egmont nor that freeloading wench of yours. Jeez, my mother. What will you want me to do next? Live by the laws of the lowborn? I can already see where this is going, and I'd rather run my own sword through my gut than live in a country where nobles and lowlifes share the same rights. So I think Gregor we could describe Gregor as a conservative, yeah? He likes the status quo. Status quo. He likes things as they are, thank you very much. My only dream is to see the name of Brante in the Blue Book. I've got no idea what the Blue Book is, but that dream will never come true. They will never call me Venerable El Brante, and it's all because of this marriage of yours. Oh dear, so he's putting pressure on my father. Kind of like the Romans, isn't it? The Romans were always like marrying and divorcing, and you get called to see the emperor, and he's telling you that your wife is going to marry his cousin or something, and that's it. You can't complain because it's the emperor, right? My only hope now is to hear Stefan addressed in such a manner one day. Thank the twins I didn't let you ruin the boy. He's about to grow up a true nobleman. His children will bear the name of Brante. All right, now the twins are the gods. So there's a very big religious theme in this game, and there seems to be 2 gods, yeah, who are twins, and they come down in the light. And when you die, they resurrect you, but like 3 times, and then you die or something. You know, I'm still kind of working it out. Shall we have a quick look? Oh, I can't do anything yet. You have 2 more grandsons, father. Those spineless milksops from the common lot. They're incapable of anything. The best your middle son could do is sneak into the Imperial College and get ennobled by the mantle, although I have grave doubts about even that. As for the downtrodden Nathan, I hold out no hope for him whatsoever. Nathan's my youngest brother, okay? So he must be about 4 at the moment, yeah. You hear grandfather's heavy footsteps, the thudding of his cane, his walking stick, and the slamming of the door. He's always angry, this fella. It's time to sneak back home before you're discovered. Yeah, better do that. Power 1. Overseer in power. Good, I'm just trying to make sure that the screen is good now, yeah? School, everybody, fantastic. 11:30, you started studying at the School of Sertiborg and began to master the sciences. I've got a feeling school is going to be hell for some reason. A storm of expectations. Finally, the day comes when the teachers stop coming to the house. But before you can breathe a sigh of relief and put away the books, Father asks you to come to his study. This looks like, this kind of reminds me of myself as a teacher. Yeah, this is kind of the aura I like to project. You've grown, my son. It's time for you to continue your education away from home. I've chosen a deserving school for you. Sir Tibor's School for the children of noblemen and well-off commoners, eh? Naturally, it's not a boarding school for nobles, so you will study there during the day and come home in the evening. So a boarding school is a school where you go, but you kind of live there as well, you know? You don't go home in the evening. I don't know, maybe you go home at the weekends or maybe you go in the holidays. Summer holidays, New Year, stuff like that, yeah? So they're sending me away, but I will come home in the evenings. It's not a boarding school. You share the news with your best friend, Tomás. Sir Tibor's School, eh? Yeah, I've got to ask my parents to send me there too as soon as they get the coin together. The coin. Father says his workshop has toiled day and night for years to save up for my education. Has toiled, has worked. Here comes my cat. The school is based in an ancient estate of Archnean design. The classrooms are tall. Hey, kitty. Let me go out. Just hope. I have to keep my cat happy. She would attack the camera or something and ruins everything. My cat ruins everything, everybody. Alright, where were we? The school is based in an ancient estate of Archnean design. The classrooms are tall and spacious with massive benches, seats. The sound of scraping quills and lectures on history and imperial law and theology echo under the vaulted ceilings. Okay, let's have a look at this. Quills. Quills are the old pens, yeah? You can see one here, like with a feather and ink. You dip it in and then you write quill. The rules are strict, good. The lessons tiring, fantastic. Restless Tomás keeps getting distracted, and several times he gets his hand slapped with a stick for it. Every teacher demands flawless mastery of their subject. Flawless, without error, perfect. Every day Father asks you about your studies. You've already told him twice how Magara joined the Empire and how the nobles' court of honor is different from the commoners' civil court in the city prefecture. But father keeps pressuring you to work even harder. Jesus, Dad. Can I do anything? Can I say anything? Okay, so this is new. Alright, this is what we can access here. I can't access that. I can't access... Oh, hang on. Alright, let's have a quick break here. We can see, okay, so kind of born. These are the things going on. What's his personality? Right, so let's have a look. Nobility is not so good. Ingenuity, I'm slow. Spirituality, kind of like myself, is limited. But I'm full of willpower. I'm prepared for anything. The House of Brante, my family. Okay, so the reputation is not too bad. We're not poor. Disagreements, well, you know, there's the grandfather. But here's the family, right? So look, I am Sean. I picked Sean because we were looking for medieval names. John was the typical medieval name. And so I went, the Irish of John is Sean. So this is me. I've got my older brother Stefan, is a noble. Nathan, who's really young, I think. Gloria, my sister. Now this is Lydia is my mother. Robert's my dad. And he was married before to Amalia Elburn, but she died seemingly. And this is my grandfather, Gregor, the head of the Brante family and the nobleman of the Mantle, senior judge at the Anziot prefecture. He was the first person in the family to get an education and achieve a noble title. His dream is to see his family ennobled by the sword. A fierce defender of the ancient order, he's preoccupied with arranging the future of his family. He's a pain, that's what he is, yeah? Map of the Empire, let's have a quick look. We are in here. Anizote, the city of your birth and the capital of the arid, dry province of Magra. It's the largest and most ancient city in the south of the empire. Anizot is home to the Silver Tree, a sacred landmark grown by the twins, so these are the gods. They descended to the mortal realm. The old prophecies say that Anizot is where the end of the world will begin. Wow, so you can see there's lots of different places here that we haven't visited yet. The capital here is Eterna. Okay, cool, so there's plenty of places to visit in this game. Anything else? I haven't done this. The province. Okay, this is where we live. The boss is the Archduke, Supreme Lord, the Patriarch Photus. Power, church, rich, order. Okay. Alright, that's basically it. Okay, this is kind of like the story there. So anyway, we're at school. We'll look into that again more deeply later on when it opens up a bit. So my father keeps pressurizing me to work harder. When it's time to go to bed, mother will not let you go to sleep until you recite a newly learned prayer for her. And when it's time to go to school, you promise her every day that you will behave with great humility and steer clear of insolent behavior of any kind. For you still live by the commoner's lot, and that lot is hard work and suffering and putting up with everything, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've heard it before, mother. All right. Anything interesting there? Okay, let's just keep going. Your first month in school draws to a close, and teachers announce that there will be exams at the end of the month to determine the best and the worst students in each subject. Father insists that you devote all your spare time, all your free time to studying law and history if you wish to follow in his footsteps. But when you speak to mother every day, you start considering theology. No, I'm not considering theology. You still remember the revelations and divine visions that came to you in your earlier years. Katie, are you going in or out? There's too much noise. Sorry, I'm speaking to my cat. You only have one more day until the exam. Oh my God, they're not actually going to test me, are they? You've locked yourself away in your room. It's already getting late. Your desk is covered with handwritten notes surrounded by leather-bound books. Covered in leather. Just looking at them makes you queasy. Okay, I'm going to shut the window here, Keddy. Come on. There, you can go out there. Alright, sorry everybody. Feeling queasy, feeling a little bit sick in the pit of my stomach. Maybe I'm nervous. Maybe I have butterflies in my stomach. Now, I know in Spain, butterflies in your stomach is when you're in love. But in English, we say butterflies in your stomach when you're a bit nervous. Imagine before an exam, before a job interview. You know, this works as well. You're a bit anxious. You've got butterflies in your stomach. But you have to read through all of them again, at least for one of your subjects. Kitty. Alright, I'm closing the window. Sorry. My cat's going to have to suffer, everybody. Right, so I'm studying. I'm kind of cramming at the last moment. Now, he's getting late. Now, for me, I cannot do that. Yeah, for me, I'm a morning person. I'm a lark. We say L-A-R-K. A lark is a morning bird, a songbird. Even for work, I'm much better in the morning than I am in the evening. It gets to about 9 o'clock and my brain just closes down. Ooh, it's 10:30, everybody, yeah? But, like, I cannot study at night time. I'm not an owl, yeah? We say someone who's more nocturnal, that they can study late. They're an owl. Like, Sean here. There is nagging thought on your mind. So it keeps coming back. I can't shake it off. Tomás ended up in big trouble the other day. He got into a fight with several boys who lived next street. They heard about your wooden fortress and got in an outrage by the fortification built by commoners. They swore to dismantle it tonight. Tomás swore he would defend the fortress until the end. Perhaps you should abandon the books to rescue the friend in need. Okay, so Tomás, yeah, he's a commoner. His father's an artisan. He works very hard, saving money for his education. He's a bit of a troublemaker, though, I'm thinking. Katie, stop, go away. But then you hear your little brother Nathan knocking at the door. He stands there shyly, not saying a word. He often does that, standing still and staying speechless until either of you speak first or he runs away. But this time he actually says something. The door is locked. Are you okay, Sean? Is there anything I can do to help? Your head is spinning. This is the last evening before the school exam. If you fail, your family will be very disappointed. You have to refresh your memory on law or theology, either one or the other. But Tomás and your fort are about to be stormed. Why today of all days? You grind your teeth in rage. The thought. Nathan's by the door trying not to bother you. He wants to help you the only way he can for reasons known only to him. Will you accept his help? So, everybody, focus on law and history. My nobility goes up. My relations with Robert Brante go up. I help Tomás. My ingenuity goes up. And my relationship with Tomás goes up. I study theology, my spirituality goes up, and Lydia, my mother, likes it. Or I spend a moment with Nathan. Tricky. All right, nobility. So this is where I was saying we've got this kind of fork. I've got no interest in theology, okay? So that one's done, okay? Theology. You devote what little time you have left before the exam to studying theological texts. Sorry, mother. Now, focus on law and history. It improves my nobility You intently study the books on the secular sciences. I help Tomás. Ingenuity goes up. I spend a moment with Nathan. You put everything away and accept your brother's offer of help. And willpower goes up 10. Now, willpower would be really good. But I think ingenuity is good as well. Any ideas, any opinions for anybody? What should we do? I'm going to break it down to help Tomás or spend a moment with Nathan. So again, I sneak out of the house and run to the wooden fort. So I'm going to get into a fight with some noble kids. So I'm probably going to get into trouble. This would be more kind of commoner. I spend a moment with my brother. Willpower goes up. I'm not going to study theology, and I'm not really, although Robert's my father, he'd be very happy with me. I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose law and history. Vulnerability is not so important to me, really. I'm kind of interested in getting an ingenuity point. But I'm interested in getting a lot of willpower as well. But I've got 15 points in willpower, so I think I've got a lot to. I think we can spend this. It goes up and goes down. Oh, geez, what am I going to do? I'm going to go and help my friend. Yeah, help your friends. Oh, I know this is a bad idea. I know this is a bad idea. But hey. What can we do? What would I do in real life? Probably this, yeah? You push Nathan out of the room. He cannot possibly help you prepare for the exam. But once you are sure nobody is behind the door, you open the window and climb out into the yard and over the fence. And then you run like the wind to your wooden fort where Tomás is in peril. He's in danger. The battle for the fort has already begun. Tomás is cornered. So I had a big fight with Tomás when I first met him because he threw Nathan into a ditch. But then we found out that Nathan was calling them names, so kind of Nathan was in the wrong. But from the fight, we had a big fight and we became friends after that. So let's find out. The fight has already begun. Tomás is cornered. He swings a loose wooden plank, fending off 3 boys at once, defending himself, yeah? This is not a fair fight by any means. Your friend is rugged enough to have a fighting chance against 2 of them, but 3 is too many for him to handle alone. I'm going to jump in, everybody. I'm going to jump into the fight. Where have you been, Sean? They're about to smash our fort. Get them! You flank the assailants and slam into them at full speed, channeling the cavalry of the holy warriors. You take them by surprise as you pull one of the aggressors away and knock him out with a punch to the jaw. Crack! Tomás cheers you on. You team up and make short work of the remaining foes. Foes being enemies, yeah? Friend or foe. Crack! Pow! Zap! I've played Batman, actually. There's some really good stream for Batman, really good game. What's it? I've forgotten the name of the developers, the studio. Really nice game. You can go into the playlist. Your enemies retreat in shame. Yeah, run away. Tomás got a black eye and his knuckles are all covered in blood, but he looks unusually pleased with himself. You can see here his knuckles. It's that part of your hand, yeah? A black eye is when you get like a punch in the face and your eye goes, it's a bruise, black eye. But he's very happy. Beaten but happy. Couldn't have done it without you. Couldn't have done it without you. Just look at them trying to tell us where to build our fort. Okay, time to fix her up. Your score on the exam was merely satisfactory, but still well above a failing grade. The family is not too happy with you, but life goes on and your studies continue. You know you could have worked harder to prove yourself to your teachers, but your wooden fort still stands proud, and that is what matters. Raise the flag, everybody. Yeah, our relations with Tomás goes up. Who is Tomás, you ask? He's a childhood friend. He lives on the same street, born to a family of humble artisans. His dream is to change his lot, get a military education, and earn the right to a sword. He intends to join the Imperial Legion. He's a bloodthirsty hound. Ingenuity, I'm bright. Bright is a synonym of, smart. Can you think of any other words? Intelligent, bright, smart, smart car, smartphone, clever, quick-witted, I suppose you'd say, in kind of novels. All right, next one. Turn the page. What's next, everyone? It's 11:46. All right, 11:30. Autumn. Americans will say fall. Noble titles. Your education continues. As you study imperial law, you come to realize that there is a certain hierarchy even within the noble estate. It seems your father's status is not quite equal to that of the more eminent human and Archean gentry. So all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others, right? You return home with this new information at your disposal. Father asks you about school after dinner, as he always does. And what is the difference between nobles of the mantle and those of the sword, Sean? You already have an answer ready. The latter status is hereditary, meaning that it's passed down from father to son. After the Archeans, nobles of the sword are the most eminent humans in the empire. They own land and estates, they fill offices of the highest ranks, and the names of their bloodlines are preserved within the Great Blue Book. Nobility of the sword can be granted only by the overseer of the province or the emperor himself. Right, hereditary. So it goes from family member to family member. You inherit something. We can inherit characteristics, yeah? So there's these Arcanians, these blue people, and then there's nobles, and then there are priests, and then there are the common folk, the commoners. We, my friends, are at the bottom of the rung. We are at the bottom of the ladder, but things can only get better. We're going upwards and onwards, yeah? And how are such eminent people addressed? Your worship, your cheesiness, your highness, your excellency, maybe, your grooviness. With the honorific L before their last name, you respond. Sir Augustine L. Bourne, for example. Father pats you on the shoulder, clearly pleased. Well done, son. And what about the Arcanians and their status? What have you learned about them? They're blue and beautiful. The Arcanians stand above all human gentry, nobles. They are born to rule over humans, regardless of their titles. No L is required when addressing them. They need no honorifics, titles, for the names of their ancient dynasties are known to all. Blue Paul, Blue John, Blue Maria. Father nods somberly. Yes, very good. Yes, we can never be their equals. Do whatever an Arcanian tells you and never defy them. Ever. Okay, I'm going a bit Winston Churchill there. To defy, to not do what they want. And what about your grandfather and me? Where do we stand as nobles? That is easy. Father and grandfather are nobles of the mantle. This cannot be inherited, but it can be earned by any commoner as a reward for great service to the empire in the legion or as a civil servant. A civil servant, a functionary, yeah, working for the government or the king, I suppose, or the archduke or whatever it's called here. Father suddenly grows quiet and looks you in the eye intently. Yes, and some day you will earn a noble title too, son, all in due time. Good things come to those that wait, but I think we've been waiting too long. Oh Christ, here's Stefano. Alright, where are we at? I'm going to take a little break here because I need to go to the bathroom. Hang on. Give me 2 minutes and I'll be right back. I'm really enjoying this. So yeah, again, if you're enjoying this, please press like. If you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps the channel, to grow. And also, I would recommend notifications because I've tried to do um, Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday mornings, but sometimes I can't, so I have to change it a little bit. So, with notifications, you can always find out when I'm streaming the next Brante or whatever, yeah? Listen, I'm going to be like 2 minutes. I just need to go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back. So see you in a minute. Pour yourself a drink, sit back, relax. In fact, I'll turn up the music. No, I won't actually. It'll be quicker if I just go. All right. Okay, I'm back. I just remembered it was Telltale Games, the Batman. A really good game. What games have I played? I've played Batman. I've played Firewatch, which is really good. I think I really enjoyed Firewatch, the previous streams. Go and check those out. Batman, Telltale, Walking Dead was really good. I've got a few more. I think it's time to jump back in to find out what's happening to Clementine soon, I think. I think it's time for Clementine again. We're going to go back into the game anyway, yeah? Okay, school time. The sons of nobility. So Tibor's school teaches children of all stripes. Nobles of the mantle and low-born parents can send their sons there. Sons, not daughters, eh? And every passing day the children of noblemen invent new ways to snub and bully the commoners. Okay, we're seeing class oppression again, everyone. Most of the time, the bully leading them is, Jesus, where are they getting these names from? Derek, the son of the secretary for the city hall and a self-important slob. Slob, you know, a bit lazy. The sons of noblemen never pick on you, however, they know that your father has been ennobled by the mantle. I've got a free pass. And can they stay there? To pick on someone. Yeah, to pick on. If you pick on someone, you're kind of bullying them. Yeah, to pick on. People are always picking on me. My cat picks on me all the time, everybody. Yeah, she picks on me. She bullies me. God help me if I don't give her food in time. But they don't pick on me. They don't bully me. However, Diedrich and his retinue, his gang, soon choose Tomás as their favorite victim. Time and time again, you ask your friend not to pay them any mind. Ignore them, Tomás. But again and again, Tomás grows angry and snaps at their self-satisfied mockery. We would say they're taking the piss out of him, yeah? They're laughing at him. And Tomás is a bit of a hothead, yeah? He's got a bit of a temper. He likes to fight. It's early morning. The students are busy flocking to the classroom for their next lesson. You wave Tomás over when you see him. He waves back at you, and then a bucket full of slop splashes on him. So, you know, dirty water and stuff, yeah, slop. Needless to say, it is the work of Diedrich and his entourage. Okay, so we've used retinue and we've used entourage. So it's the kind of the people who go around with him. You might see, I don't know, something like a celebrity. A celebrity doesn't just go around on their own, they go with their entourage. Yeah, entourage, French word, obviously. Just a group of friends, group of people. You hear his familiar creaky laughter. Creaky laughter. The tailor's son stinks. How dare he sit next to decent folk? Tomás clenches his fist. A tailor is someone who makes clothes, yeah? So, you know, maybe I need a suit. I need a suit for my interview. So I go to the tailor and he makes a suit, yeah? That's his job. All right, let's find out. Hang on a second. Where am I? Okay. So look, Tomás is getting angry. He's getting pissed off. His blood is boiling, maybe. Yeah, he's furious. You're dead, Diedrich. He throws himself at Diedrich's haughty entourage like a soldier ready to wage war. He attacks them first. This is just what they expected, and they are free to retaliate. He barely makes one movement before 4 pairs of hands grab him at once. Diedrich sneers and kicks your friend in the belly. Tomás gasps for air and starts coughing. He's getting beaten up. I don't know what I can do for him now. I'm in school, you know. I went to the fort and I helped him defend the fort, but this is getting a bit crazy. You stand between them as Diedrich readies another kick. The nobleman's son cocks an eyebrow. Sorry. Why do you mingle with commoners? Why do you hang out with commoners? He asks. Your father is a noble of the mantle. You ought to be friends with your own kind, your equals, and not the dirt beneath your feet. A good question. Behind him, 4 boys hold Tomás down as he struggles furiously. The other students are watching you, frozen in fear. Diedrich haughtily extends a hand to you. He clearly expects you to shake it. What will you do? Now, we have to remember, so we got into trouble because we pushed a kid who was a noble kid, and we got, like, flogged or whipped because of it, because the nobles have the power. You cannot fight noble men or kids or whatever because you're common. So it's against the rules and you get punished accordingly. So this is a bit of a dilemma, I think. Now, I didn't study. I went to help Tomás defend the fort. But this is in school. Let's have a look at the options. I can challenge Diedrich to a fight. My nobility will go up and Tomás will basically love me. You challenge the nobleman's son to single combat. Dear God. You can turn him over to the teachers. Ingenuity goes up, and I have a good relationship with Tomás. You sick the school's authorities on Diedrich and his retinue. We're back to retinue, not entourage, notice. You sick a dog. Go, 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 bite that person. You have to sick someone, to sick a dog. Now my ingenuity goes up, which is good. I'm cool with Tomás, or I can admonish the nobleman's son. Oh, people, violence is not the way. My spirituality goes up, which is theology, which I'm not really interested in. The children of parents who have been ennobled by the mantle still bear the commoner's lot. I can't shake his hand. Why? I don't know. Conditions not met. He's right. Being friends with the sons of noblemen can benefit your family. My reputation would go up, but my dad would like it, but Tomás would go down. I'm going to snitch. Yeah, I'm going to be a grass. I'm going to be an informant. So we say to snitch is to tell, to tell the authorities, to tell the teacher. Sir, sir. Iona is fighting. Or I can say to snitch on someone, to grass, we say in Ireland, to grass someone up, to inform, to be a tout, but that's a bit strong, really, I suppose. I'm going to go for this one. Ingenuity is something I want, and I stay cool with Tomás. It's okay to I'm not informing, I'm not snitching, I'm just telling the teachers, I'm being a good boy. Or I should challenge him to a fight. Nobility goes up. I mean, it would be the thing to do, to fight for your honor. Nah, I'm going to snitch. You fold your arms across your chest and declare that Diedrich and his followers now, will pay dearly for their insolence. Their parents may be nobles, but they are not yet nobles themselves. Here at school, we are all equals. Oh my God. We're back to entourage. Diedrich's entourage is about to swarm you too, but the teacher of imperial law comes into the room just in time. Everybody immediately returns to their seat. So they're just about to beat me up. Yeah, they're just about to all jump me. Once the lesson is over, you tell the teacher how Diedrich and his friends have been starting fights and bullying people and picking on people. They are the children of nobles, yet not nobles themselves, which means they are guilty of defying their lot and encouraging other students to do the same. All right, bad students. The law teacher furrows his brow. He frowns when he hears this. He assembles all the students and admonishes them. Any student caught in defiance of his lot will no longer be welcome at the school. The twins, the gods, are always watching over us all, and the school will not suffer the presence of troublemakers who defy their will. Oh well. The nobleman's sons reluctantly agree. There is no good reason to risk picking on lowborns when the punishment is so high. To say Diedrich is angry at you would be an understatement, but he can no longer hurt you or Tomás. The bullying stops. So, I might be a snitch, I might be a grass, I might be an informant, but the bullying stops. Okay, good. So, I'm pretty good with Tomás. My ingenuity, I'm bright, clever, smart. It's gone up. 11:31. I am 13 years old, everybody. I'm a teenager. Hey! Oh, wow. Looks like a mushroom. All right, the silver tree. Your theology teachers tell you more about Anizot. It is more than just a provincial capital. It is also a sacred place blessed by the gods. It's where the twin gods' first disciples spilled their blood, and from that blood grew the sacred silver tree. Its enormous foliage hang. Bartok, there's that word. If you're watching, my friend, we were talking about this word a couple of days ago in our lesson. Foliage, bushes, trees, greenery, yeah? It hangs over the sea. We were doing a lesson about how important it is to have trees in an urban area. And it's good for your mental health, basically. And we learned about the ancient city of Uruk in Mesopotamia, and what they did was, well, we did two cities. There was a city Uruk, and there was a city in Sri Lanka. And the thing was that in Uruk, which is where they developed writing, it's Mesopotamia, Babylon, all these kind of places, right? So there was Uruk, and there's another city, I can't remember the name of it, in Sri Lanka, and they were really quite big cities, like thousands of years ago. I think maybe 500,000 people, but there was two differences. In Uruk, they chopped all the trees down, to create more houses and stuff, whereas in the other place in Sri Lanka, they kind of worshipped the trees. Became kind of a religious thing. They took care of the trees, and what happened was that Uruk was destroyed because the trees were filtering the water, because it's all these kind of canals and stuff, but the roots of the trees would filter water, so water became contaminated. It was protecting the environment in so many ways, but they chopped all the trees down, and the city died. Whereas, on the other hand, the city in Sri Lanka continued to thrive, and this tree is still there today. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, began with A. I know that. Yeah. So that's my lessons, everybody. If you're interested in online classes, get in touch. Okay, we can talk about Uruk and how important trees are to survive. So again, we can see here trees are really important. Yeah. And we were using this word, we were talking about this word, its enormous foliage hangs over the city, very good for mental health. You see its branches in the sky every day, but you have never approached the trunk of the tree yourself. The trunk is the main part of the tree. These are the roots of the tree. Up here we have the branches of the tree, and this is the trunk, the tree trunk. Looks like a mushroom. Class A approves of this. Today you'll be taking your first trip. Oh, to the silver tree. Your class is visiting a service in the great temple by the tree's very roots down here. Yeah, roots maneuver. Listen, thanks to your theology teacher, you and the other students will witness this landmark of the twins' advent up close. Everybody's excited. We're going to learn about the twins, everyone. Soon you and the other boys enter the slums surrounding the church district of Anizote. The roots are pulsating under your feet. They spread underground all throughout the area. Let's look at this. Slums. Okay, slums. In Spanish, it's chaboya, no? Chaboyas. You often think of, when we think of Brazil, the favelas, no? Favela, these kind of unorganized, poor areas, maybe there's not running water, electricity, the houses aren't built, maybe they're put together with different parts, yeah, we call them slums, very, very poor areas. Shanty towns, that would be another word that we have, like you think of South Africa, yeah, the shanty towns. People can't afford to buy houses, so they kind of build their own kind of houses. Shanty towns, slums, favelas, chaboyas, no? So it's a very, very poor area. The roots are pulsating, bum, 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 under your feet, so you can feel them. They're vibrant. They spread wide underground all throughout the area. Pathetic, cramped hovels and filthy streets surround the trunk of the tree. They are home to paupers, day laborers, and preachers. The people of the district bow humbly to you and point you towards the temple. They seem at peace despite the abject poverty in which they live. Okay, there's a lot of vocabulary here. So, slums, pulsating, bum, 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 it's like alive. Now, pathetic, cramped hovels. A hovel is a very, very poor shed, shack house. You know what I mean? It's like in a slum. Cramped, meaning there's no space. The streets are filthy. They are home to paupers. A pauper is an old word for a very poor person, maybe a beggar, somebody asking for money in the streets, Day laborers. So a day laborer is someone who, they don't have regular work. Maybe they have a job tomorrow on a building site, and maybe they don't have any work the next day. It's very irregular work, day by day. Preachers, religious people preaching the word of the twins. But the people bow, yeah, you bow humbly to you, and they point you towards the temple. Now they're really poor, but they seem at peace, they seem calm, despite the complete poverty in which they live. So they have nothing, but they're very calm, they seem at peace. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with its divine grace. Okay, hang on one second. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with its divine grace, your teacher says. So it's a very spiritual place. People come here. What time is it? It's 11. People come here to make peace with the world and their fate in it. Your class is unusually quiet. Everyone is listening to the rustling of the leaves and the underground beating of the roots. The roots are pulsating, remember? The sky above you is obscured. It's hidden by the tree's canopy. So it's difficult to see the sky, the foliage, the trees, the branches, the leaves, yeah, are blocking the sun. You find the temple of the twin gods right next to the tremendous trunk of the tree. It almost seems part of it. Tremendous here being huge and big. There is a crowd there. Pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes. Paupers and beggars, very poor people. Common people of the city and the occasional well-dressed noble. There are arguments among some people who are gathered in separate small groups. Many people are wandering around, staring upward at the tree's branches. So how do you think people feel when they see this? There's pilgrims, they're traveling from a long, long way away. They're all coming to see this tree, so it must be amazing, This is it's on my bucket list to come and see the silver trees, things to do before you die, 4 times, as in this game. The tree impresses you with its might, strength, and the calm emanating from it. It's calm coming from it. You're filled with a desire to sit down and think of the world, to learn something about yourself, to touch the silver white bark and hearken to the whispering leaves. Sorry. Okay, so you're getting this feeling of calm, relaxation near the tree. The bark is like the skin of the tree. You know, when you go to a tree, there's the outer layer, kind of the rough, tough part of the tree. It's the bark, we call it. Now, bark is another word. A dog barks, woof, 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 woof. But this is the noun, you know, the kind of the skin I would describe as the tree. But I'm distracted enough to fall back from the rest of my classmates who notice a small path that should take you right next to the trunk. I can get close. A tall, red-haired woman walks out of the crowd of pilgrims. So pilgrims, that would be people who are on a pilgrimage, you know, they go to... Once, a few years ago, I did the Camino de Santiago in Spain, you know, when I walked like 300 kilometers, yeah, from Leon to Santiago de Compostela, you know, and the people who have been doing that for like 1,000 years, they are pilgrims, you know, it's a pilgrimage. I'm not very religious, well, I'm not religious at all myself, but it was really, really good fun. You've never seen this lady pilgrim before, yet she looks at you almost as if she has recognized a lifelong friend. She beckons to you, "Come, child," and says her name, Matilde, a preacher from Astinia. What she says next shakes you to your very core. It is commendable to see a young man so keen to learn the teachings of the twins, she says. Yet you will never follow the light of truth within the walls of the temple. Inside you will find only the lies about the lots, the erring words of prophet Jesus, Isiatius, sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins' own lives knows that they never so much as mention the lots. Oh my God. This is kind of revolutionary, right? Let's go through that. So it's really good to see a young man keen, interested in learning the teachings of the gods, right? I am keen on, yeah, I'm very interested in doing something. I'm really keen on learning Italian. Yeah, I'm very interested. I really want to do this. I'm very keen on something. And it's always, so this is keen to learn the teachings, yet you will never follow the light of truth within the walls. Inside you will find only the lies. Oh my God, the lies about the classes, the lots. The erring words, the wrong words of prophet Isiatius, sanctified by the passage of centuries. So she's saying it's not true. Yet anyone who sets out, who goes to read the accounts of the twins' own lives, knows that they never so much as mention the lots. So she's saying it's all a lie. The gods never mentioned the classes, the lots, the noblemen, the priests, the common people. This was never mentioned. Oh my God, are they saying that the religious people are lying to us? Hold the front page, everybody. Breaking news. The red-haired preacher's words frighten you. They clash with everything you have heard from Mother, everything you have been taught at school. The lots are a lie? You freeze in fear. Should you argue with Matilde or ask her for more information? Or should you treat her as a madwoman and catch up with your classmates? You suddenly feel a small, warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl. What's the bet I fall in love, right? I'm a horny 13-year-old now. You see a girl right next to you. She's just a little older than you, wearing a black dress, threadbare, yet almost spotless, very clean. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief, with only a single golden lock showing. So she's got like a kind of a thing on her head. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling you away from the red-haired preacher. Okay. This is getting tense, everybody. You stare in confusion at the strange young girl, your cheeks flushed by the sudden touch. I'm in love, everyone. There is just a bit of color on her cheeks too, but then she starts speaking to you quickly. What's she going to say? Don't listen to her, she's lying. Ha! Don't listen to her, she's dangerous. Come to the temple with me, come with me. Or only there will you see the truth. Oh, Jesus. Jean. You stand there surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims and the sound of shuffling feet, torn between two people you have never seen before. Here comes my cat, and each of them expects you to follow her, but all the while you hear the whispering of the wind in the tree's branches. The branches reach out for you, almost as if the tree wishes to speak to you itself. Can you hear its voice? All right, dilemma, everyone. We've got the red-haired preacher who's saying that all of this religion is a lie, and there's no such the gods never mention the lots, the classes. And then we've got the young girl who's furious, saying she's lying. Come with me, so we can follow the girl into the temple. Now, what happens there? A matter of the heart. I told you, he's a horny 13-year-old. He's totally... Willpower goes down. I get to know Jian. What truth will you learn inside the temple? Or stay with the red-haired pilgrim. What else does she have to say? My spirituality goes up and Jean goes down. Leave them and approach the tree. My willpower goes up. The tree, it knows more than any human. Or give in to the epiphany, a revelation of the tree. Spirituality goes up. And I get to know Jean, I'm going to call her. All right. 4 choices. Follow the girl, bum, 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 bum. She's hot. The matters of the heart, yeah? But my willpower goes down. Spirituality goes up, but I don't. My relation with Jan, she gets angry with me. Follow the tree on my own. I get 10 willpower points, which is pretty good, but I've already got 15. Or give in to the epiphany. I think this is my destiny. I'm going to... Spirituality goes up, but I get a revelation. Let's do it. You open yourself to the tree and listen. Speak to me, tree. I am listening. You step away from the girl in black and the woman in white, your eyes transfixed by the tremendous towering trunk of the tree. For some odd reason, you recall Mother's ant farm with the ants hard at work inside, and her face as she explained its laws. Everybody has a job. It is a fleeting, distant memory, a child's realization about the workings of the world at large. And at this very moment, you see yourself and all the other people for the ants they are. You are nothing but ants, everybody. All right. What's going to happen? You cannot look away from the tree. The people around you begin to fade away. Their voices melt together and disappear. The world that surrounds you feels frozen and still now. The slow swaying of the rustling branches is all there is. The branches catch you and raise you up. He's completely tripping out of his head, isn't he? You soar in the air, flying, everybody, higher and higher along the trunk of the silver tree. The branches, the leaves, their light is blinding. I can't see. Their light holds you up and embraces you. I'm being kidnapped. This is like an alien thing going on here. I'm being abducted by a tree, everyone. And at this moment, you realize something as clear as the daylight beating down on you from high above. Okay, it's an epiphany. Yeah, it's a revelation. This tree is divine. There is no doubt left in you. The tree was planted by the twin gods and left in this land an ever-living proof and a mark of the twins' existence. I've seen the light. Oh my God. And the tree, it speaks to you, speaks in a language you understand. It's speaking... I don't know, I can't think of any jokes about that. But I understand it. In the language you learned long before you were born. It speaks of soothing love and of crystal clear law and love and law interconnected to bring the miracle of life to you. Oh wow, this is quite cool, isn't it? What did you do this afternoon, everyone? From this high up you can clearly see all of the land below. From here you see the entire empire, embroidered with a shining thread of providence, illuminated by the twins' presence. It takes you but a moment to finally realize what the teachers have been talking about all this time. The fates and lots of the people, the workings of life in the empire. It was all created and arranged by the twins, and absolutely everything bears their mark, their design, and inspiration. Ayahuasca, anyone? And it is in this world that you were given life. Somehow, the tree seems to realize that the revelation is now fully within you. It gently lowers you back down to the ground. You glide down between the glowing branches illuminated by what you have just seen. Wow, man. You spoke to them? You come back to your senses. What happened? You are still standing by the tree, firmly rooted to the ground. The branches release you, and you are once again aware of the pilgrims' prayers and the noise of the crowd. The young girl in black is staring at you. She is clearly agitated. My uncle is a priest, and he told me the twins can choose to speak with you through the tree, but I've never seen it happen before. She's amazed. Jean starts asking you questions. She wants you to tell her what you just experienced, but you cannot speak. It's so difficult to see the temple's familiar interior again, to see the district around and the sky above. The memory of the sight from atop the silver tree now gleams in your mind. Quite the memory. Get this up. I just hope you'll share your revelation with me someday. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll understand. My name's Jean. I'm an acolyte. I work in the temple. I help my uncle clean the grounds and cook food for the poor. I also greet the worshippers. People come here all the time. Many are lost and they don't know where to go once they're inside. But nobody should feel lost in this place. The temple is for all the estates. Okay, so it's welcoming everybody. But then you hear your theology teacher calling you. It's time for your class to return to school. But before you leave, Jean suddenly takes your hand and you can't help but blush. To go red, alright? Please listen to me. Few people ever see these things. The twins, they were speaking to you and you heard them. It's a sign you should become a priest. You'll be guiding those who cannot hear the twins. You'll be helping their souls find their way to the top of the pillar. It's the most honorable calling in the world. Sorry, my cat is doing stuff here. Yeah, I don't want to be a priest. Maybe next time, You say goodbye to the young acolyte, yet as you return to your ordinary life, Jean's words remain in your memory from that day forth. All right, good. So we've met Jean. Hi, Jean. My spirituality has gone up. It should be a bit more than mundane. I've just been talking to God. Revelation of the tree. Kitty. You experience a revelation by the sacred tree. I think, everybody, we're going to finish it there. Or shall we continue? Okay, I think I'm going to finish it there, everyone, yeah? Been going for about an hour and a half, yeah. I've got to work in the morning. Also, all the reading, it's quite tiring, Yeah, I think I'm going to finish it there, right? I'll be back tomorrow because I'm really enjoying this game. I know I'm working quite late, yeah, so I probably will play it tomorrow because I quite like this game, yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, please press like. If you haven't subscribed, it really, really helps. Class A plus English. My name is Brian. I hope you enjoyed it. We will continue our adventure. I still haven't decided which way to go. I can try to become a noble. I can kind of stay as a commoner. I think I can join an army or something. Not really interested in becoming a priest yet. Don't know. Maybe we'll have to see. But then I'm completely tripping out and seeing God and talking to God and stuff, which kind of is interesting. Right, apart from that, yeah, we're going to finish it there. I finish work at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I think I finish work at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So if I stream, it will probably be about 10. So it's like 11:30 now. I'm in Spain, so it's Central European time, summertime. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And like I said, yeah, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Help me out. It makes me really happy. This is Class A Plus. My name is Brian. Have a great evening. See you soon. Bye-bye.